thank. It means a lot that you're all here, that such a crowd. Nasan Ingber's here. I asked Mechila that I don't have the best news to deliver. I can't stand sharing bad news, but I unfortunately have news that's not great to deliver. I thank Maisha's here. Maisha, it means so much that you're here. Thank you, Maishala. Thank you very, very much, Maishala. It means a lot that you're here, Maish. Thank you. That was not the bad news. That was the very good news. But there's something I want to share with you and talk about before we begin. And we will have music tonight. We'll hear Yosef Zaidel. That's good news. Somebody who learned in yeshiva, a precious, precious person, Danny Vaiselberg, was nifter, passed away today. Many of the guys know his brother, Yoni Vaiselberg, who learned in yeshiva for a couple of years. And unfortunately, Danny was nifter today. His funeral is going to be tomorrow. And he was somebody I apologize. Many of you knew him. And to share something like this is hard for me to share. It's been a difficult day hearing this news today. And Danny was somebody, for all of us who knew him, was a sensitive, extremely bright, sensitive, caring person. Danny wouldn't hurt a fly. One of the most soft, sensitive people you can ever meet. He was close to Rabbi Shapiro and just a wonderful person who was soft, sensitive, smart, and he was nifter. He left us today. I thought a lot about tonight and spoke to Rai Brownstein. I spoke to Chaim Guri about this and thought a lot about tonight and really spoke it over at length with Rai Brownstein. I spoke with my wife. We had this plan tonight to have a musical night. And I like thinking things out. Here's somebody from the yeshiva. Now, while it's true, many of the guys here never met Danny. He was in yeshiva 5 years ago. And many of the chevra here did not meet him. But he was in our yeshiva. Our yeshiva doesn't have walls. It's not limited to years, and it's not limited to the physical. And a guy is our comrade and our chaver, and there's a connection that's deep because we share the same rebbeim. We share the same idealism. And as such, it was a question to me, maybe we should cancel tonight. And when I thought about it honestly, the easier thing would have been to send out a text and say, we're pushing it off, we'll meet tomorrow night or the next night. And when I thought about it, I thought, Kalish, you're not helping Danny at all. To cancel tonight does nothing for this sensitive soul. And I thought to myself, that's fake, and I don't like being a fake person. I would say it's canceled, so then, okay, you did a politically correct move, but I didn't help Danny Vaiselberg. And what I want to do, our music, we always have expressed ourselves with music. Our music is holy. We don't use music in a frivolous way. Our music is meant, and Chaim Guri said this, our music first and foremost is meant to celebrate every individual. Each individual and his yearnings, his song is appreciated and celebrated. The ones who can sing and the ones who don't sing, we all have our version of song and our expression. This one with a picture, this one with a jump shot, and this one with his bike, this one with his wheels, all different ways of expressing ourselves. And each person's expression is important. I want to say something to you, Rabbi Say, that it's difficult to lose a bacher, very, very, very difficult. But I want to say that the resolve and the belief in every bacher, every single person counts. Everybody's important. When Eli and Dani were nifter, so the yeshiva died as well. It no longer was just about a rabbin. We saw that each bacher matters and counts, and every individual counts. Our music is the celebration of every individual. Each one gets the floor. Each one expresses, and we care and celebrate with each person's expressions. Our music that talks from the heart. We don't put in a box. We don't tell a person how to compose or what to compose. We say express, talk to Hashem. reach out and express to Hashem from the depths of your heart. And the music in yeshiva is tremendously powerful. I want to say as well that we've been through all different occasions. We always use music in yeshiva. We have simchas, we have siyumim, guys compose songs, raps, poems, rhymes. When we have siyumim and celebrations, we use song. When we've had difficult times, we use song as well. We always use song in the yeshiva. Who can ever forget when Yossi Stern lost his sister? The 12th grade packed, many yeshiva packed into his room in the dorm, and we sang together for hours. We sang together. We've always used song to encourage, to uplift, to heal, to cry. We have always used song in the yeshiva, and we will continue to use song. So I decided, Rabbi Say, after thinking a lot and talking to Rabbi Brownstein, speaking it over with my wife, talking to the Guri Mishpacha, that we're going to have song tonight. Ezra Shulman will run the singing. We'll ask different. I ask everybody perform. Sing from your heart and sing for your friend. I'm going to ask that any inspiration and all inspiration from tonight that comes should be an Eloi for Danny's precious soul and his sensitive soul. And I'm asking each performer, sing from your heart. Put down your busha, put down your fears, and sing, we ain't afraid of our fears. I'm going to ask everybody, sing from the heart. I'm going to ask everybody also to be mechazik, value the next person. More respect to your sister and have Danny Vaiselberg in mind. That sensitive soul who didn't want to hurt one person, was so sensitive and caring. I'm asking for more respect to your brother, to your sister, to your mother, to anybody in your bunker, to value more and respect yourself more. I'm asking that let's double down, greater resolve. Our revolution must continue with much more efforts. A revolution of Kavod Yisrael, of the dignity of Hashem's people. Anachnu Yisrael Amoi. So I'm going to ask guys to sing. Ezra Shulman's a remarkable person. When I shared him the news, he described that it won't be easy tonight, but then we spoke about what we want to do. I promise you, we're both focused. Sing. Eli Dax, get up and sing. David Edel, get up and sing. David Levinger, raise your voice. David J, we need you, Jumbotron. Sing, David J. Sing, you will be highlighted on everybody's screen. I beg you from your heart. Yosef Zaydel, from your heart, share with us. We love you, Yosef. I want to say, Rabbi, I'm going to ask every singer to dedicate his song to one person. You're singing for us all, but I want you to, at each singer, before you sing Ezra Shulman tonight, in the memory of Danny Vaiselberg, dedicate your song to one friend. You pick the friend and say, this song's for you, but I want you to pick David Levinger, Yosef Zaydel, David Edel, Moyo, every singer. I beg you, dedicate the song to one friend. It's certainly you're singing for us all, and you're talking and connecting to us all, but I want us more respect for each other. Dedicate your song. Ezra, make sure each singer, make sure they dedicate it. Before we open up the floor, and boy, will the floor be open, and I ask Rabbi Say, dig deep. Sing for the dignity of every Yid. Sing to each other. Sing to express to Hashem. Express your feelings strong and unashamedly. And let's encourage each person. Let's, in the memory of Danny, we're all going to bring out the inner expression of every person. We're coming together, Rabbi Say. I've just come straight from a Levaya, and we're coming together straight. Danny's Levaya, Danny Vaiselberg's Levaya ended a few minutes ago. Now, truth be told, easily, maybe easily is a guzma, but truth be told that we can get together, and we all have different rooms inside of us. And I could leave that room of pain, that room that houses that Levaya, and the pain of Danny's Petira, and I can enter in a different room. We're all very, very broad and have different rooms inside of us. I can look at Mayor Davidson's face. and get a chizuk and enter in a different room and speak to you by Yaakov Avram Meyal Pnei Mesai. And I can come and we could meet in a different room. It's not that I can't go to a different room. I don't think I should go to a different room. I want to come to you from that room, my friends. I want to stay in that room with you. On Yom Kippur by Mincha, in the Mamish, as Yom Kippur is intensifying, so we read the Haftarah of Yaina the Navi. And Yaina is running away from his mission. He doesn't want to give Musar to Nineveh, and he's running away from his mission. He's running away from God. And he's on a ship with a bunch of Oivdei Avodah Zarah, a bunch of idol worshippers. Yaina's on a ship. And a sar, a great storm comes and it threatens to drown the ship. And they're all wondering, they make lotteries to figure out whose fault is this sar, which one of the Oivdei Avodah Zarah, which one of these evildoers is the cause of the storm, of the great sar, the great storm, whose fault is the storm? And they draw lots and they're trying to figure it out. And Yaina tells them, Vayomer Aleim, Yaina says to all these sailors, these Oivdei Avodah Zarah, Yodeyani, I know ki b'shali asar hagadol hazeh. This great storm is because of me, b'shali asar hagadol hazeh aleichem. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy, and there are many fingers to point. He's surrounded by Oivdei Avodah Zarah. But Yaina knows, Yaina the Navi knows the emes of a Yid. Ki yodeyani ki b'shali asar hagadol hazeh aleichem. I know the sar is my fault, b'shali. The message is to me. It's not to you, Oivdei Avodah Zarah. Ki b'shali asar hagadol hazeh. On Yom Kippur, at the heart of Yom Kippur, a Yid knows, b'shali asar hagadol hazeh, there's a sar. My friends, there's a storm, there's a sar, a great storm in the world. And a Yid doesn't point fingers, he doesn't say it's others. A Yid is taught at the heart of Yom Kippur how to live his life when he's so open, when his lave is a lave busser at this point of Yom Kippur, late in the day, when he's barely a physical person anymore. He's barely physical, he's Davin Musaf. He's heard the avodah of the Kohen Gadol. He's heard the voice of the Kohen Gadol come out, Petusha V'Tar, and he's bowed in front of Hashem. He hasn't eaten. He's detached from the physical. At that point, the Yid who has a leiv basar is taught. He's taught in his life when events happen to take responsibility, to understand that we're shaykh to take responsibility. What Yaina knew, b'shali asar hagadol hazeh. What your Yid always does is, how can I improve? What can I do? This sar, Rabbi say, this great storm took a delicate, sensitive person. Danny Vaiselberg was a sensitive person, a sensitive soul. He was in tremendous pain. And I didn't give him enough kavod. He wasn't respected enough to free that soul. Kavod is what frees a person, respect. David HaMelech cut the garment of Shaul, and because he cut the garment, he cut Shaul's garment, and he had good reasons to cut Shaul's garment. But because David HaMelech didn't respect begadim, he didn't respect clothing, he cut Shaul's garment. For heaven's sakes, David HaMelech was nervous for his life. He was hiding in a cave, worried that Shaul would kill him. And he wanted to show them Shaul was looking around the cave for David HaMelech, and David was in a good hiding spot. And he cut the back of Shaul's garment, so that when they were at a safe distance, he called out to Shaul. He said, I am not a moirid b'malchus, I'm not rebellious. Look, if I wanted, I could have killed you. So he cut his garment. So Shaul, if you don't believe me, I was in position to kill you. Look at your garment, you'll see it cut. He had every reason to cut the garment, but it's a fact. At David HaMelech's end of his life, clothing would not warm David HaMelech. He had reason to cut the garment, and maybe it was going to try to save his life. But it's a fact. If you disrespect things, they don't have their strength. The strength of clothing to warm is robbed from the clothing. Since David HaMelech didn't respect the Godim, they lose their natural power. Clothing have a power to warm, the power to give warmth to all that clothing cover. But if you don't respect clothing, it takes away its power. Mitzvahs have power to uplift the Yid. A mitzvah uplifts a Yid, but Shlomo HaMelech tells us one condition. Yeirah mitzvah yeshulam. You have to show reverence to a mitzvah. If you respect the mitzvah, it unleashes its koyach. Danny was molei koiches, sweet, sensitive, the type wouldn't harm a fly, wanted people's goodness, didn't want to hurt one of the most sensitive souls I've encountered. But this sensitive soul was locked with tsar, and it needed honor. Danny needed kavod, love, warmth, respect to unleash the koiches. Respect of garments gives them their ability to warm. Respect of mitzvahs gives mitzvahs the ability to uplift us, to elevate us. Respect of a human being unleashes the koiches, the massive godly powers that are inherent in every human being. But respect, tremendous appreciation of, unleashes those koiches. I promise you, Rabbi say, I promise Danny Vaiselberg, Daniel, Yehושע, and נחman, I promise you, there will be many people, I promise you, I swear to you, there will be many, many people that will have their powers unleashed because of Danny Vaiselberg. I promise you. And I promise him, more important, I promise you and swear to him. There will be many people who will be more respected, more appreciated, and more loved to unleash their koiches, to bring out the power that's so much in a person. Danny will get the credit and the schar. And I ask you, rabbis, I join in a revolution, this sensitive soul, this beautiful neshama. Let us all not point fingers, but say, B'shali asar hagadol hazeh. Let us take responsibility. B'shali asar hagadol hazeh aleichem. This storm, this horrible storm, B'shali, I take responsibility. And let us resolve in greater strength to be mechabed the next person, to find deeper powers, to respect, to appreciate, to love the next person stronger, better, more authentically, at more of a cost to ourselves. Come out of ourselves and respect the next person must be the rallying cry for Daniel, Yehושע, and נחman, for this precious, gentle soul. Respect the next person, love him, don't judge him. Don't put down the next person. Don't fall for the tough veneer, the tough external. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by what you see. See better. See deeper. See more. See beauty. Unleash koiches by respecting, by appreciating, by seeing deeper, by valuing, by understanding. Unleash koiches. B'shali asar hagadol hazeh. It's my commitment. I ask you to join in a rallying cry of respect, Rabbi say, of greater respect. Don't rest on your laurels. Sure, we're good at this. We're fair at this. Get better. Get more. Stop being so comfortable that we're good at this. Better. More. Greater levels. Yaina also could have said, I serve Hashem. He was much bigger than everybody else in that ship. Much bigger. And he could have said, Beseder, his Avera was dak min adak. It was full of l'shem shamayim, his Avera. But he said, B'shali asar hagadol hazeh. He said, I have to strengthen. I have to be more exact with Ratzon Hashem. Throw me overboard. I take responsibility. And I say to us, Rabbi Say, let us all be mechazik. Let us all strengthen ourselves in the merit of this sensitive, delicious, uplifted, elevated soul. Let Danny get tremendous schar in Olam Haba. We will do for him. Let men resolve that there's somebody in your life who's going to be unleashed. Unleash a person with respect, with love, with appreciation. Unleash a person in your life. And do it for Danny. Do it for Danny, Rabbi Say. Unleash somebody in your life. It has to be a quiet campaign, for he was quiet. It has to be subtle. It can't be billboards and posters and stamps. Do it for Danny, but you're not allowed to write it anywhere. He was way too sophisticated and subtle and sensitive. This revolution goes from my heart to your heart. I ask, join me, please, Rabbi Say. Unleash somebody's koiches with a revolution of respect. Your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle. Unleash somebody's koiches with love, with appreciation of. And it should be all that, should be an Eloi for Daniel, Yehושע, ben Nachman's gentle and precious soul. And it will elevate him. He will receive that gift. Yes, I didn't call him enough. Yes, I was not in touch with Danny enough. But I will give him gifts. He is there in Olam Haba, and he will get gifts in Olam Haba. I will call to him there with gifts that he'll appreciate. He was gentle. He didn't want to see anybody suffer, this gentle soul who loved his siblings. The way Yoni and him related was something nobody will forget in Yeshiva. The enduring memory I have is two brothers, tremendous love. I will ask Yoni to come and speak to us. I will tell him there's a campaign that I beg everybody, it can't be written down anywhere. I want it deeper and more. It can't be written anywhere. A Do It for Danny campaign. Or be mechabed somebody. So I don't want anybody settling with just the slogan and a wristband or anything. It's not going to be written anywhere. There will be a campaign, a sensitive campaign. Unleash your spouse's koiches. Unleash your daughter, your son, your brother, your sister, your mother-in-law by appreciating somebody, by valuing. Because when we're mechabed begadim, it allows the begadim that can warm so well to warm. When we're mechabed a mitzvah that can uplift people, it gives it the power to uplift. When we're mechabed a yid, the massive koiches endowed in every yid is unleashed. This will be our way. Danny was a powerhouse. Massive koiches were in there. Massive. It can't be that it's going in the ground. It can't be. It's impossible. There was massive koiches, and we're going to unleash them. There will be many people walking around. Many, I promise you. There will be many people walking around who are stronger, better, and able to unleash their inner self. That self that's so there, that power, because they're respected. That is the force that unleashes the koiches in every single person. And I ask you, Rabbi Say, my chaver, my friends, I ask you, coming from this Levaya to this Chabura, I ask you, I beg you all, join in this campaign of respecting people, of appreciating the next person.